Hello, this is Kristen and welcome back to my channel. Recently, I just watched several interviews with Friedman, who is the author of the well-known book The World is Flat, and some of his points really impressed me a lot. For example, he proposed that the relationship between US and China over the past 4 decades is like one country, two systems. It indeed reflects the unconscious integration between us during the golden age of the past 40 years in our globalization process. Friedman also said that the US and China are like a married couple on the brink of divorce. Using such a metaphor implies that we are definitely not the same like twins or siblings. We have different ideologies, different core values, but we can still coexist as long as we build bridges where possible and cooperating wherever we can and draw red lines where we disagree. This reminds me of the first Asian-African conference held in Indonesia in 1955, when the People's Republic of China was a new face just emerging from civil war onto the international stage, and Zhou Enlai proposed the principle of seeking common ground while shelving differences. Returning to 2020s, there are still many cooperations between US and China need to work on, like trade, technology, and global geopolitics, etc. And these are the children we still need to nurture. An ideology, which is rather a concept, should not become the leading force shaping the two sides against each other. In terms of solutions, Friedman mentioned that the US and China need to have frank and respectful dialogue and listen to each other's perspective respectfully. Now it's like sort of mutual debate and everybody just feel raw and angry. Recently, I happened to come across a study published by researchers from Yale University in PSRM. The researchers showed Chinese diplomats different attitudes on Twitter to the participants from India and measured their attitudes towards China. One was showing a friendly side and the other was showing what we call wolf warrior diplomacy, such as mocking or criticizing American leaders. The results shown that showing friendliness could improve participants' attitude towards China, while wolf warrior diplomacy had little impact. This is also what Friedman said: you don't want to be seen as a bully. For China and the United States, it's not a question of who will make the rules, who dominate the other, but defining a kind of Chinese rules base and an American rules base. Friedman also mentioned some ethics as a journalist. For example, reporter is not the story. But from the perspective of public diplomacy, perhaps we need more stories from individuals. I recently became crazy about watching videos on YouTube of foreigners coming to China. Since the new policy, which is called China's 72 or 144-hour visa-free stay policy, was introduced, this type of video has exploded on YouTube. For me, it's really funny to see their comments like the sky in China is actually blue and Chinese people don't need to lock their bicycles, or policemen can help Chinese tourists taking photos at the tourist attractions. And these are more direct and persuasive evidence of breaking prejudice and breaking fake news. All in all, since divorce is impossible, why not try to let our children grow up healthy?